things kind of started to break down for me. Like, I was losing a lot of friendships, and I was depressed and kind of, angry. I wanted to see how many days in a row I could consume alcohol. That was pretty crazy. I didn't even think about God. I was raised in Everson, Washington. Probably not many people have heard of Everson, Everson, Washington. And then at a young age, my parents got a divorce. My mom remarried, and me and my brothers moved to Bellingham, Washington. And then, things kind of started to break down for me. I had this temper tantrum. I got real mad one day. I hit a wall and I broke my hand. And I decided I was going to make a big change, and I moved. Halfway through my senior year with all my buddies, I just up in 1 week time, I just up and moved to Orcas Island and moved out just so I could run around and be crazy and drink beer and party. I remember at one point I had this drinking streak going. I wanted to see how many days in a row I could consume alcohol. And I think I had up to 20, 21 days, something like that. And at one point, driving around one night drinking beer with my friends, I actually rolled my car down the middle of the road, going very fast. And I remember being upside down in my car, and I could see, suspended from my seatbelt, the yellow stripe in the middle of the road passing above my head. It was sex, drugs, and rock and roll. My first year of college, I gave up my virginity, and you think that would bring you some love or some hope, but I felt dirty. I was smoking marijuana. I was actually selling marijuana, selling magical mushrooms, actually growing marijuana plants in my dorm room at one point. And then I was in a band because I thought, if I was just a rock and roll star up in front of the crowd and people cheering me on, that would just somehow fulfill this missing hole in my heart. And honestly, I didn't think about God up until college, when my life got even worse. I was at that point because I realized I had the girls, I had the drugs, I had the rock and roll, and that wasn't the answer. And I became so depressed at the weaknesses that were in me and these challenges and struggles I would continually face and I couldn't overcome. I actually just wanted to end my life. So I started studying Buddhism. I would meditate, and I studied Taoism, Confucianism. I studied some New Age stuff about just the spirit world. I was a guitar player. I really admired Carlos Santana. He channeled angels. I tried to channel angels. I tried everything, and I gotta tell you, that made it even worse. Well, I was a true seeker. And one day somebody showed up at my college apartment and left a Bible on my doorstep. I stayed in my room for about a week, and I read through the whole New Testament in about a week. I had a revelation. Jesus is the Son of God. Reading the New Testament, I read that it's he who believes and is baptized will be saved. I baptized myself. I filled my bathtub up. I lit a candle, made it kind of spiritual. I was by myself. I baptized myself. Well, I think hope is Jesus, or Jesus is hope, because He is the way, the truth, and the life. Just driving to class, I get so excited that God takes notice of our desires and the things that are in our heart. I think it was even less than a year ago. Here I am, beautiful Arizona, fulfilling my dreams at a wonderful university, a wonderful church, wonderful pastors, wonderful place. And look how quickly God can just work in our lives.